And in today's episode, among other things, you'll see the chief executive officer of the American company Figuri accuses China and Ubitek of faking that robot army video. The response was immediate. In the United States, robots are already retiring with scars. Let's see the story of the humanoids who helped build 30,000 BMW's Nexus NX1, a new system that allows us human beings to feel the virtual world. And in return, it allows artificial intelligence and robots to feel our Russian robot. Presented as the country's first with advanced artificial intelligence, he came in to be introduced and fell flat on his face on stage. Bedrock Robotics achieves a major milestone in autonomous excavation with artificial intelligence drivers. Let's break all of this down. Hello, impressed viewers. I'm Carlos Alves, and you're watching Incredible Reality. Let's get to the video. The Idol, the Russian humanoid robot, presented as the country's first with advanced artificial intelligence in just a few seconds, showed what it came for, what was supposed to be epic. It became embarrassing when the robot tried to wave, lost balance, and fell face first. Two assistants run over, quickly drag the humanoid away and take it to the back, while a third person tries to close the curtain, and it stubbornly slips out of his hand. A total horror show. This episode, which went viral within hours, reveals something bigger than just a mechanical mistake. The Idol was hailed as Russia's tech milestone, 1.85 meters tall, 95 kilos, 48-volt battery, and a 6-hour runtime, including 77% of components made domestically. The facial skin is silicone, featuring 12 basic emotions and hundreds of micro-expressions. Director Vladimir Vitkovin says the robot can walk, handle objects, and converse naturally. It was tested on slippery floors, carpets, stones, and expanded clay. Still, taking the first step on a smooth stage was enough for everything to collapse. Yeah, I get the robot. It's so advanced it sensed the audience's fear and fainted instantly. There's irony there, okay? For Vitkovin, the fall was a successful mistake and may have been caused by a power failure. He says the situation is part of learning, but it's hard to ignore how this symbolic moment happens right in the middle of the most aggressive race robotics has ever experienced. While the Idol falls on stage in Moscow, companies such as 1X, Agility Engine, Artificial Intelligence Tesla, Figure, Unitree, Ubitek, and others are competing to be the first to deploy general-purpose humanoids in homes and industries globally. On a massive scale, of course, and the rush of these giants is enormous. According to Morgan Stanley, the humanoid market could surpass $5 trillion by 2050. But this revolution won't happen instantly. Adoption will likely remain slow until the mid-2030s, picking up speed in the late 2030s and into the 2040s. The bank predicts 8,100 million domestic humanoid robots by 2050, which is still low compared to the goal of one robot per household. Yeah, things are going to get rough, or maybe good. I don't know. It depends on your point of view. Let's wait and see. And while some robots are still in the falling phase, others are already even retiring. In the United States, Figure Artificial Intelligence officially retired its Figure 02 humanoids after 11 months of service, directly with hard work on the BMW production line. In South Carolina, it was a discreet, almost silent, but historic cycle. The startup says these humanoids assembled over 30,000 vehicles and transported more than 90,000 metal parts. After everything, they returned home with minor scratches, dirt, and bruises. For the first time, bipedal machines are sharing the factory floor with humans on an industrial scale. Figure released these images of the worn-out humanoids, using what previously seemed like a flaw as an argument. The scars prove they truly worked. It was genuine. For years, the industry was accused of staging demos, concealing flaws, and overstating promises. The figure shows robots working 10-hour shifts Monday to Friday, totaling over 1,250 hours and 320 kilometers of continuous operation. Inside the factory, no computer-generated imagery, no lab testing, just repetitive work, millimeter tolerances, and accumulated dirt. Exactly what heavy industry demands. The humanoids had a simple yet relentless task: remove metal sheets from containers and place them on welding fixtures with 5mm precision. Each complete cycle took 84 seconds with 37 seconds dedicated just to loading. And even in such a hostile environment for bipedal machines, the accuracy remained above 99%. This data led to the next step, Figure 03 now in development, which removes the failed dynamic cabling from Figure 02. And all of this helped redesign the pulse control system to support industrial loads, which are real and happen all the time. This retirement of the first robots doesn't mark the end, but rather a much more ambitious beginning, the transition to commercial-scale production. The company says that now it knows exactly what is needed to put working humanoids side by side with us, human beings, in active factories. And that's for long periods, all right? And while the world looks at humanoid robots, autonomous cars, and smart drones, a silent revolution is happening in mining, which is also used to obtain the raw materials for these technologies, all of them. Bedrock Robotics has just announced an impressive milestone. Their autonomous excavators moved nearly 50,000 cubic meters of earth in one project. In this project, they prepared the ground for a gigantic new industrial facility, covering 52 hectares. All this works alongside human-operated trucks in the same traditional civil construction workflow. Hearing me say it this way might make the integration seem simple, but it's actually the opposite. It's one of the biggest challenges of automation in real life. For companies, there's a growing problem. There's no shortage of heavy machinery. What they're lacking are experienced operators, and when you do find someone, the monotony of these repetitive tasks kills any motivation. Our best operators don't want to spend months just loading trucks in remote locations, said Dan Green from Sundit. That's why Bedrock is tackling exactly this bottleneck. The goal here is to leave the repetitive part to artificial intelligence. Central to this is the Bedrock operator, an artificial intelligence that controls excavators from 20 to 80 tons. It wasn't programmed manually. Engineers aren't directing its shovel movements or measuring force. The founders, mostly former Waymo veterans, chose a different approach, having the machine learn directly from real human operator data. Bedrock progressed from simulation to its first working machine, Fred, in only 4 months. Soon after, it was testing autonomy in the field. Every day of operation generates data that improves it. The model continually evolves, much like language models. But instead of generating sentences, the algorithm generates trajectories, angles, depths, and high-precision motor decisions. The race for humanoid robots is so intense that competition is moving out of labs and into the chaos of social media. The latest case concerns 2 industry giants, China's UBTech and America's Figure. The same one we mentioned at the start of the video. They clashed after a serious accusation. Your video is fake. It began when Brett Edcox, chief executive officer of Figure, posted direct criticism of UBTech's video celebrating their first robot delivery in Mastra. I help you help, let me help you, help me, let me help you, help me, let me help so I can help me, let me help so you help me, I help you, let me help you, let me help. Anyway, they try, and UBTech's response came quickly and in video. The company released seemingly uncut footage, filmed by a drone flying over real rows, which you're now watching in full. According to them, from the Walker S2 assembled in an industrial warehouse, the caption directly addressed critics. They said it looked too perfect to be real. Perfection isn't manufactured, my dears, it's designed. I'm Carlos Alves, enjoying the drama. I'll play a short clip from the video with the real sound of the humanoids marching. Pay attention and adjust the volume, as there will be sound and an interesting image. Check it out. This new video. It was a clear effort to prove that mass production is not only real, but it's also happening right now. There's a larger context here which explains why this discussion went viral so fast. Bratcher and Koch have a history of aggressive criticism in the industry. He has already called videos from the American company 1X misleading. He even mentioned his fellow countrywoman. Acting Robotic would go bankrupt in less than 12 months due to more choices in the design and engineering of their robots. This time, though, he stopped criticizing the strategy and targeted the authenticity of a competitor's hardware. Few people crossed that line. If UBTech's video is 100% authentic, as it seems to me, the company takes the lead in one of the most difficult stages of this competition, then moving from the prototype to the production line. Now, if any manipulation is proven in these videos, the blow to credibility could be fatal. The guys might shut down for good, huh? DJI has been simplifying drones for years, but now they've taken an even bolder step. They made a drone you barely need to pilot. Just point, and it handles the rest. The new 2 is a lightweight, intuitive, next-gen model for beginners, and it brings improvements that make everything even more automatic, more fluid, and much closer to the experience of simply raising your hand and letting the camera do the rest. And speaking of hands, it fits in your palm. It's only 151 grams. Protected access means no registration is needed in the United States and you can use it freely. But what really stands out is the sensor package. LiDAR is rarely found in inexpensive drones, so the new 2 can independently detect and avoid obstacles while flying. For those who are just starting out, that's almost like an invisible safety net, okay? But as for the control, well, it barely exists. The new 2 can launch into the air, follow you automatically, and return to your hand like a trained bird. It recognizes simple gestures. A wave changes its direction. Raising both arms brings it closer, and it accepts voice commands via phone or Bluetooth headset. For more precision, use your smartphone as a remote or connect a DJI controller. With a rotatable gimbal-mounted camera, it smoothly follows you as you walk, run, or bike. It takes preset shots, cinematic zooms, and group photos with just a few taps. All this while it flies faster than the previous model, up to 44 kilometers per hour. Is that enough to keep up with a bike in a bag? Especially if I'm the one riding it. And its range is pretty impressive, with 500 meters of stable Wi-Fi connection in an open field. The image sensor now offers better color and stability, recording up to 4K at 60 FPS. It has 49 gigabytes of storage for up to 105 minutes of footage and a flight time of about 19 minutes. Interesting, a small machine like that. I want one as a gift. The apostolic box is here, just kidding, but you can send me a gift. Returning to humanoids, the push to train these robots keeps facing the same issue: not enough real data. For a machine to learn to manipulate objects, balance itself, and interact with complex environments, it needs a robotic version of what humans have always done: living in our own bodies. This is where a company specializing in human-machine interfaces comes in, having just unveiled a system that seems straight out of a science fiction movie. Another one, the name of the system is Nerd. Nexus NX1. The company's chief executive officer, Joe Badley, introduces the NX1 as a completely new category of product, a tool designed to train humanoid robots, control machines, and redefine virtual presence. And that's no exaggeration. The Nexus NX1 is basically a complete digital body, capable of capturing every detail of human movement and reproducing it right away as tactile sensation, force, and displacement. It achieves this by combining 3 advanced technologies, including aptX G1 haptic gloves that precisely reproduce pressure and texture, the Virtui Omnione 360-degree motion platform, which allows you to walk, run, and turn without leaving your spot, and the FreeAim robotic shoes, which enhance the sensation of realistic movement. The system tracks body and hands with 72 degrees of freedom and sub-millimeter precision. And it goes beyond just tracking bone position, okay? It also captures soft tissue models, as well as pressure maps on the fingers, exact palm displacement, center of mass, and even the speed and direction of your gait. Every small adjustment, every micro gesture, every force applied becomes data, and it's all high-fidelity data. Exactly the kind of information that an embodied artificial intelligence needs to learn motor skills naturally. And this is where the Nexus NX1 becomes more than just a virtual reality device. It's a tool that lets humans experience the digital world and helps artificial intelligence learn to live in our world. The human operator receives feedback, while the artificial intelligence in the robot on the other side receives a complete sequence of human movement. This makes it ready for direct control, simulation, or training. San Francisco has long been a tech laboratory, but now the city is seeing something different. Vehicles without a steering wheel, pedals, or driver's seat. Yet they still come to pick you up calmly. Zoux has begun its first public autonomous rides, making a significant move in transforming urban transportation in the United States. The company has been testing its technology since 2017. And for Chief Executive Officer Aisha Evans, this debut has a special symbolism. She describes San Francisco as the home of Zoux, a place where innovation and mobility live side by side. The new feature comes as part of the Explorers program, which simply invites people to come in and try the services for free. And after that, give the kind of feedback that will shape the next generation of robot taxis. Any user can download the app from both the App Store and Google Play. From there, they join a waiting list. This move didn't come out of nowhere. In February, Zoox launched its fully autonomous service there in Sao M, Vegas, becoming the first company to operate a robotaxi, specially designed. Zoox built its vehicle from the ground up for true autonomy, with no human driver or adaptation of traditional cars. That's why its interior has 2 rows of seats facing each other. It's a car that was never meant for human drivers. The passenger picks a destination on the map, gets in, and everything else is automatic. The robotaxi drops the passenger near the door and provides walking directions to finish the route. And all of this is free of charge. At least that's what's going to happen in this initial phase. Exclusive driverless robotaxis starting to circulate for free in the heart of one of the most complex cities in the world. It's the beginning of a new phase of mobility in the West, where driving may stop being a skill and become just a distant memory for us. I don't want to miss this or keep driving my small car. If you enjoyed this episode, comment below. Do you think the video of the robots from China is real? Or is it computer-generated imagery? I have my own opinion and will share it in the comments with you. Commenting also boosts this video's engagement. I know you enjoy technology and always watch the videos to the end. All sources are in the description. Thank you so much for sticking with me until now. Click on one of the 2 options on your screen. Will we see each other in the next one? And remember to subscribe to Aurea.